All right, we're on Latin for Children A, and we're looking at Chapter 3 worksheet. And I asked you to try to do 1 through 11 on your own, and we're going to try to correct them together right now. So we have erro, the O is I, and erro, I wander. Whoops, that was a definite error. There we go. My pen made an error. I wander. So when we make an error, we wander away from what was right. Specto ends in I. I look at. We get spectacles from that. Sto ends in O. I stand. That O refers to the pronoun I. Ira, here we have a noun. Ira, ira, this is anger. Now here we have undai. Unda would be one of them, and undai is more than one, so undai is waves. Now you'll notice there's a lot of forms of undai, not just the plural form, but for right now we can use the plural form. If you figured another form, you can talk to me about it in class. Fossa ends in an ah. That is a ditch. Where do we find a fossil? We might find them in a ditch. My pen for my computer is not that easy to use. Kenai. Kena is one dinner. Kenai is more than one dinner. So kenai is dinners. Or a couple other forms we won't worry about. Patria. Fatherland. We get patriotic. The edge there. And mensa is table. Mensai is tables. So there were tricky ones. Kenai is plural. Mensai is plural. Undai is plural in those three. But if you got dinner and you didn't get the dinners, you're really close. Table, didn't get the tables, you're really close. Wave, you didn't get waves, you're really close. So that's approximating where we're going, and in the weeks to come it'll make a lot more sense. So this is never give dogs, we like dogs, any apples. Nominative, subject, genitive, possessive of, dative, indirect object, to or for, accusative, direct object, ablative, by, with, or from, object of the preposition. This is the singular side. Singular is one. And this is the plural side, plural two or more. So in our chart, we're going to add our endings. I, am, I, aram, is, put that there, as, is. Now when we had I up here, undai, kenai, mensai, notice there's I, and I. This is the plural one, plural mensai. This mensai means belonging to, of the table, sorry. This mensai means dative, to or for the table. So up here you could have said of the wave, to or for the waves, or you could have done the plural one, the waves. Getting tricky. Don't let it bother you too much. Mensa, table. Mensai, of the table. And I don't need you to write the English part on here. It's really complicated. I just want you to listen to it. Mensa, table. Mensai, of the table. Mensai, to or for the table. See how complicated it is for me to even write it on my tablet. Mensam, the table. That's when we're doing something to the table. Something is happening to the table. Mensa, by, with, or from the table. Do I have room? Yay! Mensai, the tables. We're in the plural side. This is nominative plural, the tables. Mensarum, of, genitive possessive of the tables. They're all plural over here. Mensis, to or for the tables. Mensas, that's accusative. We're doing something to the tables, but it's just the tables. Like we're kicking the tables or folding the tables. It's just the tables. It's receiving some sort of action. And mensis, by, with, or from the tables. So what would I like you to have written on your little part B chant? I would like you to have these endings. I, aha, I, aram, isasis. If you would put those on your chant, that will make it really, really useful. All right, now we're going to look at part C, grammar. And all of a sudden it's turned blue. I don't know why. I tried to keep it white and it turned blue. So I guess I have some new colors. I have to learn how to use my new technology that my daughter left me when she left for college. A blank names a blank, 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 or blank. This is a little grammar review from last year. A noun. A noun names a person. We talked about this in grammar class. Place, thing, or idea. And as I'm doing this grammar part, you can pause the video if you need to get it written in. You don't have to listen too far ahead, or you could just pause it at the end and get it all written in. Singular and blank are two options for blank. Singular is one, plural two or more. There we go. Singular and plural are two options for number. So when we look at nouns, nouns are people, places, things, or ideas. They come in singular, they come in plural. That's talking about number. And number answers the question, how many? Well, that's pretty simple. We understand that concept. Now, masculine, that's for males. Feminine, for females. And neuter are three options for gender. So neuter is neither masculine nor feminine. It's kind of a nothing. And this is the funny thing about the words in the Latin language. They have decided that some words are going to be masculine words and some words are going to be feminine words. So we have boy-like nouns, girl-like nouns, and neither boy nor girl-like nouns. But actually, they really don't always line up with boys or girls. For example, a table has been decided to be a feminine, girly noun. Why would that be? Well, I'm not really sure. And anger is a girly noun. Matter of fact, all the nouns that we worked on this week are all lined up in the girly noun section. And in the near future, we'll see the masculine nouns that are masculine, and then we'll see the neuter nouns, and we'll wonder why in the world did they choose these three categories. And sometimes it's easy because if we talk about a mother, she's always going to be a feminine, and a father will always be masculine. But sometimes they don't make a whole lot of sense. We don't really think of a pencil as being masculine or feminine. We might think of it more as being neuter, but yet a pencil will have a gender, and we'll see that very soon. So number 5, giving all the endings of a verb is called conjugating it. And we have our little chant, conjugation is for verbs. First, second, and third person, singular is one, plural two or more. Now we know more Latin than we did before. So conjugating is for verbs, when we list all the endings on the verbs. But when we're doing nouns, and this week we're talking about nouns, we don't conjugate a noun. We call it declining. So we may be conjugating a verb, but we will be declining a noun. Whoops, that doesn't sound right. Let me go up here in my eraser. Declining. There we go. A little harder than a whiteboard. Declining a noun. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to look at D derivatives. Got my white layer back. Craziness this week. Watching football on the couch can be called a something. Whoa, that's pretty crazy. Can be called a something sport. And that comes from the Latin word, which is specto. And you probably know what kind of sport the specto I look at. It would be a spectator sport. Watching TV is a spectator sport because we are sitting, we're just watching it, we're not participating in it. And to blank something, we saw this in class, is to throw it out the window, and it comes from the Latin word fenestra. And Caleb had to go rescue our whiteboard pen because we defenestrated. Oh, wait, was that Caleb? Maybe that wasn't Caleb. Maybe Tyler was the one who rescued it. I don't remember who rescued it. We defenestrated the ink pen by throwing it out the window. So to throw something out the window is to defenestrate it. There we go. So practice your vocabulary and your saying and your chants. And you have a practice quiz that you could take on Friday. And I'm expecting the purples to be able to do part A for purples. And I'm expecting the yellows to be able to fill in mensa, mensai, mensai, mensam, mensa, mensai, mensarum, mensis, mensas, mensis into part B. And part C, you can probably figure out from the lesson that we did today. So I'm only expecting part A from the purples. Everything else would be a bonus for the purples.